home life was not easy and it was not difficult. And at 17, I had my first child. And the company I was keeping at school also helped in making me go sideways. That's why I met the guy who got me positive. After the child was born, I started getting boils. This is a boil. So I would get them weird places. And I hear them saying, sasa huyu nani anamwambia ako na mdudu?
Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Damaris Toe and this is your favorite show, Walk the Talk Show, where we talk about real life, real situation, real women and real people. And we just want to thank you for subscribing. And if you're new today or you're joining us for the first time, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any other show. So we just want to thank you. I hope you're keeping the government protocols, you're washing your hands, you're sanitizing, and by the way, I hope you're wearing your mask and you're wearing it correctly. So thank you very much. Today we have our guest, Jane Wangari. I have known Jane for quite a while. And today is one of those days that it's a bit emotional. She's a lady I have known for quite a while. And she's one of those ladies that have really gone out of the way and beaten the odds. And she's faced stigma. She has faced rejection. She has gone through depression. She's lost a child. She has gone through it all, what I don't think any mother should go through. But we're here to hear her story. We're here to just hear what Kenyans are going through this COVID season. It's not been easy for her. I can attest to that because we talk almost on a daily basis. And I just want you to hear what this story is, what we call untold motherhood stories. Those stories that you hardly get to hear in the national TV or those stories that you hardly get to hear anywhere else. And for others, it's for hope. She has this story that it will give you hope. I know for the Bible readers that there's hope, and I'm glad that we are working on this season where we're just telling people it is possible, it is fine to beat the odds. And for her, I don't even want to preempt. I'd like her to tell us her story. So welcome, Jane, and feel free, feel open, and you can tell us your story. So karibu sana.
Hello, Damaris. Hello, everyone. I don't know how to start this.
Start from anywhere. It's allowed.
My name is Jane Wangari Kashango. I'm a mother of 4. Okay, they were 5, but now they are 4. I'm a grandmother of 3. And I'm turning 52 in August.
Wow, you don't look.
It is God. That is what God does for you when you decide to agree.
God's grace.
Yeah, and my story is not easy. And it's painful, kind of. And let's start with my earlier years. Okay. I grew up in Isili. And in Isili, you could buy anything. I went to St. Teresa's Girls. And that's where I first started these vices.
Okay.
I drank as from Form 2. Wow. And we do it in the toilets. It was a girls' school. So there were those people who had things and it was a day school. So mtu akitoka akienda lunch, anarudi na kitu. Hebu twende nikakuonyeshe. And that's how I started drinking. And smoking.
Okay.
I smoked the most expensive cigarette in Form 2, State Express.
Oh, there's a cigarette called State Express.
I don't know whether it's there now. In the 80s, it was there. It was called State Express.
Okay.
Golden box. Imeandikwa hapo juu, State Express. And I did that for about 20 years. Smoking and drinking.
And that time you were about 14, 15?
14, 15. Because I finished school at 16. And then at 17, I had my first child. My home life was not easy and it was not difficult. I can't say I blame my parents. I was a difficult child. And the company I was keeping at school also helped in making me go sideways.
It was easier to go sideways.
It was easier to go sideways.
Okay. Yeah.
My dad was a headmaster. My mom was a secretary at the Kenya Polytechnic. So my father was a figure in society in Isili those days. And you hear I started drinking in Form 2.
Wow.
And smoking in Form 2.
And your dad is a headmaster?
Yes. So me ni wale watu walikuwa tukihepa tunaenda Carnival when it started. And because I'm very tall, I would stand on top of a table so that I can see akina Lucy Mabele dancing there in front. Na San Fan Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah? So I drank for a while, for that length of time, between 20 up to around 38 years. 36, 38 thereabouts. I was like a conk drunkard.
At this time, where were your parents?
My parents were there.
And you have a small child, but you're still drinking?
Now, the problem was, when I first got pregnant, hii maneno ya class.
Yes.
First of all, we fought with my dad.
Okay.
I was thrown out. And I was given a choice. You either have an abortion or you move.
Or you move out.
So me, I went and stayed with my friend. Her name was Jane.
So abortion was not in an option?
I was not even going to try it. I grew up in the Catholic Church.
Okay.
So me nilihepa. Me nikaenda kukaa na beshte. And I stayed with Jane and her family, her brothers and sisters, for about 3 months. When I started showing, I approached the father to the baby. Nikamwambia, can you take me home? Akaniuliza home wapi? To my grandmother. That's the only person I know who could deal with me and not judge me.
Like all grandmothers do. Yes.
So he made arrangements and took me home. I came back to Nairobi and went to their place kwa kina kijana na nikajifungulia huko.
Okay.
Yeye ndiye alinipeleka hospitali akaregister mtoto ni wake. And we named the child after the mother. But when we got home, the mother said the son cannot marry me.
Wow.
I come from a poor background.
Jesus.
So my child's name was changed from Nyokabi to my mom's name. Na nikarudishwa kwa shosho yangu. Ndio bado singeenda nyumbani.
Yeah, considering your dad is a headmaster.
And I stayed at home for about 2 years.
That's Ushago now?
Yes.
Okay.
There survival was survival for the fittest, Ushago style.
Yes.
Mnaamka 5, mnachuna mboga, mnatembea mpaka sokoni. Those days there were no these materials mingi.
There was no Uber.
Yeah. And would walk quite a distance. And then you go and sell, finish by 10, and walk back home. In the evening around 3, you have some more, you chuna, then go back and sell again. So maisha ya Ushago nimeishi. And I kind of realized that I preferred staying with my grandmother. It was safer. Then I did not have... When my dad decided to come home, my grandmother would tell me, ninasikia baba yako anakuja, sasa tutafanya nini? Akikuja nyumbani, mimi narudi Nairobi.
Wow.
I go to my aunties. Akirudi Nairobi, yes, I go to Nairobi with my baby. When he comes back to Nairobi after the weekend, I come back home. And that went on for a while. And then my grandmother kind of gave them an ultimatum. If you're not taking her to school, tell me. I'll do it.
Okay.
And since my dad knew wakianza kuongea hivyo inaweza leta mashida, wakanikubali nirudi nyumbani. And I came back to Nairobi in 88, 89, thereabouts. 88. And I went to government secretary. Nikafanya course ya copy typist. And then I was posted to Mandera. I didn't want to go there. Wacha siku hizi wanaendaga 5 days. Siku hizi kwenda Mandera mlikwanga according to what I had. You would go for a week. Na bado hata mjafika.
So you decided no.
So me I said, and then you see if I refused the appointment, hiyo job imeisha hivyo.
Yeah.
So I was not employed by the government. In 89 I joined Goethe Institute. And while they are doing language, I was employed by GTZ.
Okay.
And GTZ, I worked there for about 6.5 years. Contract ikaisha, my projects wakarudisha kwa serikali. So people like us who had a high salary, the government didn't absorb us. And from 1995, I was on and off. By then I had 2 children. In 1995 I had my son. I had gotten married Kamwesti. And he beat me once. So when he beat me, my daughter told my mother. Unajua daddy alichapa mom slap. My second born. So my mom came for me. With my grandmother and my auntie, they came for me. Sio lazima ukae huko, so they came for me. And I went back home and had my child there. But frustrations ya kutata na kutoka kwako umeenda kwenyu. Kama upigiwi kelele juu ya mtoto, unapigiwa kelele juu ya chakula. Ni Nairobi.
Yeah.
And I started going out again. And I was still drinking. So now I started gambling.
Again, you now left home, you started the biashara of gambling.
Gambling, casino. Hakuna casino Nairobi mimi sikujua.
Wow.
For Aces, Casino Royal. Yote. Westlands, Hurlingham, City Center. I knew all of them. And it would depend. Ninaanzia ya Tao, nikipanda Hurlingham, nikirudi Nairobi. And that went on for a while. Till I got a job at Standard Chartered.
Okay. And so this time when you're gambling, ni usiku ni mchana?
Usiku, mchana.
Umeachia wapi watoto sasa?
Nimewacha home.
Okay.
Now see, I've been told I have to provide for them.
Okay, yeah. So you have to look for money. Okay.
I say I appreciate my mom because she employed a lady to look after my children.
Like, so that you go and look for money elsewhere.
Go and look for money. She didn't know how I was looking for this money.
Yes.
But she knew that
at the end of the day,
every 2 or 3 days I had like 50K.
Wow. Gambling has that much money.
If you know what you're doing, I was a trained gambler.
Oh, yeah.
A trained dealer.
Yes.
So I knew how to read cards, I knew how to spin.
Yes.
And I would read. I would stand and look at the way they're spinning and I would say, I'm not playing.
Okay.
And out of all that money, I never did anything good.
At all. No, you didn't buy land, you didn't buy anything.
The only land that is there is my father's land, which I helped him buy.
Okay. That's your dad.
But me, binafsi. That money didn't do anything for me.
Okay.
And in 1996, I started working for Cobank. And then I was sent to Eldoret. Huko kwanza tukakosana na manager. The manager I found there was transferred. I was given another one. And this other one decided he wanted me. And I said, no, I am not that desperate. He was an old man. So kwanza akaanza kuandika mabarua za warning. In 1 month he wrote 3 letters.
Wow.
In the bank, if you have 3 warning letters, you're given a choice. Yeah. You leave or they terminate you.
And that's because you refused to have an affair with him.
Yes, and he's a married man. I stuck around in LD for a while. And I got pregnant one day, and I had my 4th child. That's the child I lost.
We'll come back to the child that you lost.
And I came back to Nairobi. By now it was maisha imekuwa tu ngumu. In 1998 is when I came back to Nairobi with a small boy. And then I started working in a police station as a typist. That's why I met the guy who got me positive. He's not around anymore. And he didn't know.
Okay. So he didn't know that he was HIV positive?
He didn't know.
Okay.
After following up at that time, we realized he didn't know.
Okay.
I realized I was positive in 1998 December.
So tell us the journey. You went to a hospital, or is it during the pregnancy?
Hakukuanga na hizo, and even if they did, when I had my 4th child, they never told me. After the child was born, I started getting boils. This is a boil. It was a boil.
Okay.
But you see, when you feel it, feel like a burn.
Yes.
So I would get them weird places. They're supposed to come somewhere here. You see where it came? On a smooth surface. My cheek, my forehead. Yeah, yani, they were all over.
Yes.
So I went, somebody told me enter to casino clinic ya Kanju. And when I went there, they looked at me and told me tutakutoa damu tuangalie ni nini mbaya. They did not tell me what they were checking. So me, I'm sitting hapa nje ya lab.
Yes.
And the door is open. Wamesha test. And I hear them saying, sasa huyu nani anamwambia ako na mdudu?
Wow.
Do you know I did not wait? He took off.
You didn't even want to hear the results?
I'm the only person there. Yes. So I know they're talking about me.
You, definitely.
Huyu hata hawezi fikisha mwisho ya hii mwezi.
Wow.
That was early December. I didn't wait. I left. And I went to a chemist and told them, I want you to tell me what can I take for this. I was treated for the boils, I was treated for the rash, I was treated for the cold. And there was no medication those days. Even if there was medicine, it was for the rich people. I couldn't afford it. My mother aliona hizo maboils na akaniambia, wewe unahakika wewe si mgonjwa? I said, no, I'm not. I refused, I'm not.
Denial.
I refused. And in 2004, I had a daughter. Just to confirm to them, I am not positive. My last born ni Mungu anamwangalianga, si mimi.
And this time, when you got the 4th born, did you breastfeed?
Yes, for 2 years.
And the baby did not get HIV? That's a miracle.
She's been tested so much mpaka anachokanga kupelekwa hosi.
God, that is a miracle.
Aju anakanga chini mom lazima nikamwambia and then the other day she told me mom, I was going to be positive. Si ningekuwa positive na miaka 3. Yeah, no, I'm turning 15. Aki mom, si ni hivyo. So I don't take her anymore because ile wasiwasi. I keep thinking.
You keep thinking maybe the virus was still mutating or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
This year she's turning 16.
We thank God.
And I thank God for that. Because it took me a long time to accept myself. A very long time. Even to acknowledge that I have a problem. It took me a very long time. I went to churches for healing.
Though you're told you'll be healed. Yes, and it's true.
I went to churches. Hakuna hilamisi kwa ienda kwake.
Ukitafuta kuponywa
hata kama nitatembea mpaka huko. I would go. Na sina pesa. And I used to stay in Dandora. I would walk and come back. The one who broke my heart told me lazima ninunue gitaa ya 15,000. Na sasa hiyo niko na 10 bob. Hata nilimwangalia I got tired. Yeah. And I did not go again to church. I did not want to know that they were healing people. Nothing.
You lost hope.
I stopped. In 2007, December, I got extremely sick. The place I was staying, my house was locked. So I was kind of staying in Nairobi town. Nilikuwa nalala kwa basheds. Nikiamka asubuhi, kukikucha rather. Naenda kwa choo ya kanjo naoga, narudisha nguo zenye nilikuwa nazo. So I got sick, nikaingiwa na baridi. One day I collapsed in town. My friends took me to Kenyatta. Na wakaambiwa mwambieni aende hosi. Anze dawa. Now they didn't know how to tell me that.
Your friends now?
Yeah, my fellow gamblers.
Oh, yes.
My fellow gamblers. And they were all men, majority. Mimi si mtu wa kuchanganyika na wanawake. How you're my friend for so long, I don't know.
So you prefer keeping male friends than the female friends?
Wanawake
you kutaka.
So they took me and one of the guys, he's called Mwangi, told me, Wangari, I want you to go to hospital. Amja kufanya nini? Aki Wangari enda hospital.
By that time you already know.
I know.
That you have.
It's been 11 years, 10 since then.
And that time you had not taken any medication.
I couldn't afford it.
Oh yeah, those days, yes.
And then I think I thank God for now. Because those days they would give, the ones I saw taking medicine, ilikuwa inakaa ni kama githeri. Madawa ya pink, ya orange, ya yellow, ya blue, na yote unakunywa mara moja.
All of them ni kama maragwe.
Sasa hata kama ukutaka watu wajue ni nini uko nayo, waone tu hizo madawa.
Bado wangejua.
Wanajua.
Oh, okay.
So many people those days died of stress, of people talking and stigma. So in 2007, when I got so sick I couldn't leave my house, my auntie sent my cousin sister. Akamwambia go to your cousin, umpeleke hosi na uhakikishe amepimwa ukimwi. Na umwambie bado tunampenda tu. My auntie talks. Ni wale mama wa zamani, hajui kubembeleza na mdomo. And my cousin came and told me you have to go to hospital. And I couldn't walk.
God.
My stomach was running blood.
Wow.
So first of all we had to control the blood,
the diarrhea.
Nilikunywa dawa kama 10 hivi ndio kwanza iwache nifike hapo, kwa hiyo hosiko karibu na mimi. And then spent the whole day there. And they told me, can we test you for HIV? Mimi mwenyewe nikamwambia I'm positive. You know? Yes. Have you started care? No. Why? I can't afford the medicine. So they're the ones who started telling me the way medicine is free. They took me to the Catholic CCC, where I started treatment. And that year, 2007, there were clashes, remember?
Oh, yes.
In 2008, I went home. In that January.
In this time, when you're in the hospital, did they admit you, or they just gave you medication?
I was not admitted. It's just ilikuwa dispensary those days. Haikuwa hospitali kubwa.
Okay.
But they had medicine in the Hosia Catholic.
Yeah.
So they dungan me shidanos. They told me that the father who was there was also the doctor. He said, you sit here until your stomach stops running. And they brought me food at lunchtime. And they would check my stool again. Half of the treatment I received that day I didn't pay for. I couldn't afford it. So eventually father akaniambia, I want you to go to phase 2 and start your treatment. You cannot die so young. In 2008 I was around 40. So I went to hospital and I started treatment. But before, okay, not even before I went to hospital, hiyo wiki ya kwanza tarehe 1 mpaka tarehe 6 hivi, things in Dandora were very bad. I couldn't afford to feed myself there. So I asked my auntie, could you give me money? I go home. She sent me money. Nikaenda nyumbani.
Ushago or hapa kwa dad? Okay.
My father saw me, akaniangalia, akainamisha kichwa. Akateremka kwa shamba, kwetu kuna milima, akateremka. Nikapata mama yangu kwa shamba, aliniangalia, akaangalia hivi. When she came back to the house, akaanza kunisomea. Ulikuja kufanya nini hapa ukikaa hivi? Unajua vile unatuhaibisha. Sasa hii ni picha gani? You know?
Stigma was real.
Yeah, stigma was very real, especially from the family. I stayed there for, I think, that day I arrived, the second day, the third day, I was on my way back to Nairobi. And before I left, I was told, do not come back here. Okay. I asked my mom, what do you mean? Babangu akaniambia, wewe kaa huko Nairobi, tutangojea report.
They're waiting for death.
Yes. I think that's what made me take that medication so well.
Because people are waiting for your death.
People are waiting for me to die. Yeah. Hi, please. My brother told me I will not die. You cannot be telling me to die. I'm not dying. So after they sent a message even to that effect to make sure I understood, and they made my second one send it. That was in 2008. She was in form 2 or 3 thereabouts. After she sent that message, and then my mom told them, hawaoni nikifika April. The way now I looked.
This is the second time you're being told. The first one uliambiwa ufiki December.
Sasa hao walikuwa
madaktari. Saizi mama yako amesema
wanaambia watoto wangu hawaoni nikifika April. My son and my daughter decided they were going to cause riots in school. Wafukuzwe wakuje Nairobi kunitafuta. They don't know where they are coming. And I thank God for speaking to me. I woke up one day and I just wanted to go to my daughter's school. I have no money and I was like, I need to go to Nyeri. And I got money. I have never, even up to now, I still don't know where I got the money from. Nikaenda Nyeri. Nikafika huko saa 2 usiku. Nilienda nikiulizia, I've never been there. The teacher whom I knew who was a miscarriage, I went and asked her, is Jade in your class? Yes, but you can't see her this time. Kuja tulale kwangu. You will talk to her tomorrow. Hata umefanya vizuri umekuja wakati huu. So we went to her house and I spent the night there. That teacher gave me bus fare to come back to Nairobi. The next day, nikaenda kwa headmistress. I sat there and my daughter walked past me. Because the last time they saw me, I weighed 45 kilos. I was very small. I was so small, you could see all the bones. Hata easy. Wow. So when I did not, my hair was gone. So this time I was there with a kofia, with a wig, and I looked nice. So she walked past me. And the headmistress came back outside with her, akaulizwa, do you know anybody here? She looked at all of us. No, I don't know anybody here. I want to see my mom. So I asked her, Aki Jade, you are not seeing me? Wajua aliniangalia akaanza kulia. Aki mbona hujakufa? Mpaka the teachers now are worried. Why is she dying?
Yes.
So they took us into the office with my daughter. Sasa amenishika hataki kuniachilia. It was on a Friday. Nikamuuliza, why do you think I'm dying? Shosho alisema utakufa hautafika April. So I looked at my daughter and I'm like, me, I'm not dying. I'm living to see your grandchildren. Akaniambia, mom, sasa grandchildren niko form 2. Yes, I'm staying. I've seen 2 of her children now.
God is amazing.
Yes. She told me, sasa mom, naona uko sawa. Lakini mom, ukienda nyumbani alafu kitu ikufanyikie. The headmistress gave me permission to go home with her for the weekend. Tukaenda na tukarudi naye kwangu Dandora. She stayed for that weekend. And they gave us money to go to home and to bring her back to school.
God bless them.
And because I was so open about my status, Jade was never sent home at pesa, even if it's not me who was paying. And they would call me and then call my parents. Now, Mama Jade, how do we go about this? I mean, I will try and come, but I can't promise. But since my parents pay for her fees, maybe, I don't know, if you want to send her home, ataenda tu home. Anasema hapana, tutumi Jade nyumbani. So Jade wasn't thrown out of school so often. And they would ask me to talk to their girls.
Wow, amazing.
And I would tell them how I've lived. And I would tell them, don't look at somebody who looks so nice. You do not know whether they are positive or not. And those days people had decided hakufi peke yake. If anybody got positive,
alikufa na list.
Ulikuwa unaenda na unaenda na list. I think I broke that record. I never went with anybody. I never went with anybody.
Yes.
So my daughter told me, you have to go to kids school. Mimi kufanya nini? Kila alisema atachapa ticha ndio wafukuzwe. So hiyo siku tumerudi shule, the next week niko kwa njia nikienda kwetu because my son was going to a day school. Asikushukia kwetu, nilienda straight shule. Na nikampata kwa gate anafukuzwa. So I asked him what happened. Niambia Mom, you're not dead. So who told you people I'm dying? Shosho alisema hautafika April and my son was very mad. Sasa tunaenda nawe Nairobi. Ukikufa tutarudi shule. Ambia rule number 1, I am not dying. Yeah. You take that here. Mimi sikufi. Mwenye ananitangazia kifo tutamzika. Niangalia, so Mom, you're not sick. Mom, yes, I'm positive. But I'm not going to die. I'm taking my medication and I'm fine.
At this time, when you're trying to tell your children, of course they've already been told you're positive, you're dying, they've seen you, they've seen the bones and all this. What was going through your mind? What was going through all this?
I was determined. I was determined to live. I can live. Yeah. Because initially when I first tested positive, I tried committing suicide. I crushed like 100 peritons, maybe more. I never.
100.
Yes. And I mixed them with Captain Morgan. Yeah. And my brother had been told by his friends, your sister is behaving funny. Yeah. They didn't tell him they saw me buying medicine. One of them.
And the person selling you 100 peritons?
No, so kwa chemist moja. Ai?
Ulinunua chemist different.
Tao kununua za 20 bob. Na hiyo 20 bob ni pesa mingi sana. Okay. Zikafika 100 na. Zote. I crushed them in a paper and I mixed them with my whiskey. And my brother got there just in time, akagonga glass ikaanguka. And then he sat with me. He was the first person to tell me, you're not going to die. Haukufi.
So you didn't take the...
I never got to take it. See, he broke the glass.
Angels.
Yes. And he stayed with me for about 6 months. Anatoka kwangu, anaenda home, anarudi kwangu.
Just to make sure that you don't commit suicide.
The things in that house. Any bottle he found in that house, he threw away. Na he was younger than me by 7 years. Sasa wacha nikwambie Jane, kitu ya kwanza haukufi. Kitu ya pili, wachana na pombe. Okay. Na mwenye ananiambia niachane na pombe, humwezi mtoa. Sasa mimi nikiwachana nawe wewe tutakufanya nini? Hii raundi tutakaa na wewe hapa. And he would come and sit in my house.
So in your family, the only person who stood by you was your brother. Is he still alive?
He passed away in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us now, Jane, your children have cleared school, you've started taking your medications, you're fine. Let's go back to what you told us earlier. The child that got lost.
Well, that child that got lost when I was gambling.
So you're here busy gambling as a mother, ukacha mtoto.
Money
for feeding the, yeah.
Food nilikuwa nimepewa na madhe jana.
Okay.
So I had food in the house. And so I went out at night. He was around 9 months old. He did cry. He was a good baby. The next day when I came back in the morning, nyumba nikapata haina kitu, hata nguo.
Mtoto ameibiwa.
Hakuibiwa. The maid I left him with took him to Pangani and then carried all my clothes and the food that was in the house and went back to Meru. Her name was Karimi.
Akaenda akacha mtoto wako Pangani police station.
Police station wakachukua mtoto akampeleka Missionaries of Charity Huruma. Nilikuwa tu mtoto mpaka January 11th 1999. Ile mpaka nilienda FIDA. Wakati nilienda huko na FIDA is when they gave me a slip telling me my son died. See the death certificate ya gaba. A slip they had typed. And they said they cremated him. Nikaangalia wasita nikamwambia I do not feel my son's death. Na sasa tulikuwa hapo na watoto wengine wawili. I do not feel actually we are all there, 3 of them. My 2 daughters and my son. And I told that sister, I don't feel my son's death. And if I had been unable to take care of him, how did I manage with this man? The same I managed with this, that's how I was going to manage with him. Akasema, no, we cremated your son, he's gone. I later heard they were given a donation of 50,000
to take your son away.
And they gave my son to a couple who did not have child.
Okay, this is a very emotional story. Our viewers, we will want to take a break and then we will do this short stories and untold motherhood stories in our season. Please make sure you subscribe, make sure you press the notification button so that you can hear the rest of the story. How Jane got to find out that her own son had been either for one reason or the other had been sold. And we just want to hear how things are going right now. And please make sure that you subscribe so that we get to hear the second part of the story. Karibuni sana.